Okay, so this video we're going to go through all of the foramen in the skull from the internal view, looking S to I, and also looking at the inferior view, right, an I to S view. And so let's go ahead and look at that first. This is the inferior aspect of the skull. And so I have a little mnemonic to help you memorize kind of a pathway of the foramen. And so on this side, the mnemonic is over some conflicts, just leave. So it's over some conflicts, just leave. Now we're going to fill in the blanks of what those things actually are. And so over is the foramen ovale. Next to that you have the foramen spinosum. Over here you have the carotid canal, that's the conflicts. And then just is this right here, looks almost like a figure 8 there, that is a jugular foramen. And then we come around and we come back up here to the foramen lacerum, okay? Now there's two others from this view that you will need to know. This is the foramen magnum. Magnum just means big, foramen means whole. And then if you look here, we've got the mastoid process and the styloid process. And if we look at the foramen between those, we have the stylomastoid foramen, okay? If we look from the side, we've got the external acoustic meatus, also called the external auditory meatus. And then let's go ahead and do the foramen on the other side. So now we're looking inside, right? So we take the top of the skull off, we're looking on the inside. I have a different mnemonic for this one. And so the mnemonic for this one is run over small, jolly, happy lemurs. So you've got, here's the R. Now this thing right here, these are the lesser wings of the sphenoid. And if you're looking straight down, you can't see the foramen rotundum, so you have to tilt it up a little bit, and we go right there to get our R. So this is the run. So it goes like this: run over small, jolly, happy lemurs. Okay? Now let's go through those again, see if we can, and make sure you get a good view. So if we go here, we've got foramen rotundum, foramen ovale, foramen spinosum. Then we jump down here to the jugular foramen. On the side right there of the occipital bone, we've got the hypoglossal canal. And then we come back up just adjacent to this saddle called the sella turcica, and we go into that hole called the foramen lacerum. Now if we angle it, this is not part of the mnemonic, right? So lacerum is the lemurs. And if we angle it right there, you've got the carotid canal again, okay? So that takes care of all the foramen in the skull. Oh, actually, one more foramen. We've got this guy right here. This is called the optic canal or the optic foramen. Let's go ahead and look at it from the front too, so you can see where it comes out. And then I'll even show you this. When we're looking through the orbital sockets here, if you look, you can see almost like an X, right? So you see almost like an X there. The top legs of the X are called the superior orbital fissures, and the bottom legs of the X are called the inferior orbital fissures. That takes care of the foramen. We'll do another video covering all the skull bones and structures.